CTV News with Sarah Freemark.
We feel excited. We feel more prepared than Game 1.
Looking to even the series, the Barrie Colts prepare for Game 2 tonight. Thank you for joining us. The Barrie Colts are hoping to get back into the OHL Championship tonight in Kitchener as the team looks for their first win of the series. CTV's Mike Lang joins us live from outside the Sadlin Arena tonight. That's where the Colts left from earlier today. Now, Mike, it sounds like people there are certainly revved up, but what was the mood like as the players got onto the bus a few hours ago?
Yeah, Sarah, you can see the cars are behind me revving up their engines as the Colts hit the road in good spirits, hoping to get rolling tonight in Game 2. But if they're going to win tonight in Kitchener, they're going to have to do so without one of their top forwards after a scary moment late in the second period of Game 1. Entering the OHL Championship Series, already down co-captain and leading scorer Cole Baudouin, the Barrie Colts lost another top forward to injury in Game 1.
Joe Salandra is down on the ice.
Joe Salandra got tangled up with Rangers captain Cameron Reid and had to be stretchered off.
You saw them get around on one knee, and when he was on the stretcher there, it's you lose a brother in such a heated battle. It's hard to mentally come back from that.
Salandra suffering a broken fibula and will miss the rest of the postseason. But his line mate Brad Gardner confirms he's in good spirits.
He's doing good. I mean, he's a happy guy. Always hard to hold him down too long. So, yeah, I think hopefully, a speedy recovery for him. And, yeah, I mean, all the guys are here to support him, anything he needs.
The Colts looking to rally around Salandra the same way they rallied around Baudouin in the East Final, when they got big goals from depth players Jaden Newton and Carter Lowe and overtime winners from Gardner and Mason Sebeski. Ben Wilmot scored both Barrie goals in Game 1 against the Rangers.
It's been a different guy every night, and I couldn't really tell you who I think it could be tonight. But, yeah, I think, everyone just contributing in their own way, and I think we should be successful if we do that.
O'Reilly will bury that into the empty net.
The Colts managed to limit league MVP Sam O'Reilly to just an empty net goal in Game 1, but the Rangers got two big goals from defenseman Andrew McNeil. Barrie also hoping to hand the Rangers their first loss at home this postseason.
To have a whole game under our belts in that rink against that team, we have much more confidence, and I'm sure our players are more comfortable entering Game 2.
Drawing into the Barrie lineup tonight, Teague Vader, who will be suiting up for his fourth game this postseason and making the shift from defense to forward.
I haven't played center in a very long time, probably when I was just a kid, but I'm just looking to contribute in really any aspect of the game. Just being out there is cool for sure.
Smoskowitz said he's very excited to plug Vader into the lineup, calling him a once-in-a-lifetime type of skater. But the Barrie head coach did not confirm who will be playing a regular shift in Salandra's spot, saying he'll simply go with who has their legs. Reporting live outside Sadlin Arena, I'm Mike Lang. Sarah, I'll send it back to you.
Looks like everyone and everything is geared up and ready to go. Thanks for that, Mike. Now, Game 2 of the OHL Championship we know is in Kitchener, but remember that you can catch all the games on our brother station, TSN. Tonight's game will be played on TSN 5. That starts at 7 p.m.
The road to the Memorial Cup is brought to you by the Boots and Hearts Barn Burner Charity Hockey Game.
Okay, another step in the plan to connect every Ontarian to primary care by the end of 2029. The province spending millions more for doctor and nurse practitioner teams right here in our region. CTV's Jack Morris joins us live tonight to break down the announcement. Jack, what are the numbers?
Well, Sarah, it's a total of $6.6 million to two different groups that set up clinics for family doctors, nurse practitioners, and primary care teams. The government spending is split between two organizations, $4.7 million for the Barrie Community Health Center and nearly $2 million for the Barrie and Community Family Health Team.
We believe that that is the way that people can achieve optimal health and well-being, is to have a regular, consistent primary care provider. Both groups do the same thing, creating family health teams in our region. That's doctors, nurse practitioners, and other related health professionals all working together.
For the patients, it means that they'll have a primary care home, a place that they can go when they're sick and need help.
These new proposals are expected to connect another 20,000 people in our region to primary care.
Being connected to a family physician rather than trying to navigate your way through a fractured or disjointed healthcare system of care is really critical for families.
The province has promised to get every Ontarian primary care, either through a family doctor or one of these new health teams, by the end of 2029, budgeting $3.4 billion in spending over 5 years to make it happen.
It's been a struggle for decades and decades, and we know the need is there. This isn't an announcement that we're going to take action. This is an announcement that we took action.
The groups getting the money say this has been a long time coming, and they're ready to go to make sure as many people as possible in our region get primary care.
It's a scary thing to be ill or injured or in pain, and you want to know that you can go somewhere and receive the service and the care and the support that you need.
Now, the proposals are for 3 new and expanded sites, 2 here in Barrie, 1 of them in Angus. Thousands more spots for people who need primary care right here in our region. Sarah.
Thanks for that, Jack. And staying on track, a Barrie Public School will be getting an upgrade. That's thanks to funding from the provincial government.
So this is truly a team approach, and today's announcement shows that we'll continue that team approach to build brighter schools for the next generation of students, embrace our growing communities, ensure that we have state-of-the-art education system all across Ontario.
Ontario will invest nearly $30 million to create more student spaces at Warnica Public School. The new 3-story building, which will be built at the current Warnica School location, will have a total of 665 new elementary student spaces.
This project represents much more than a new building. Is an investment in our children, our educators, and the future of our community. Our neighborhood has experienced significant growth and many changes over the past years, and this new school is a welcome and essential addition to it.
Construction of the new facility is scheduled for late summer or early fall of 2027, and it is expected to be done by the fall of 2029. The school board tells CTV News it is working on a transition plan for the students during the construction. Well, the weather may not necessarily feel like it for some, but camping season is upon us. Today is opening day for most provincial parks, and with millions using them, CTV's Rob Cooper brings us more on the state of some sites and how welcoming alcohol consumption might change things.
So we'll go later on for a walk.
John Voss of Barrie made sure he was one of the first in line at Earl Rowe Provincial Park in Alliston for its official opening this morning.
Outdoors and just taking it easy. I mean, all those years working, then you just you had the weekends only, and now it's just kind of neat and walk and enjoy nature.
Today is opening day for most provincial parks. It's big business, too, with about 7.6 million camping visits registered last year alone. Earl Rowe has more than 400 campsites. More than half of those are open this weekend, the rest by June. The provincial park is one of several in the province that will now allow open alcohol use.
Beginning this year, visitors may enjoy alcohol in any area of the provincial park, and it's no longer limited to private campsites as in the past.
The park will also, for the first time, sell alcohol to campers. That decision was made by the Ford government. No big deal, according to Glenn Smith of Orillia.
As long as the hooligans don't get too rowdy. That's all.
Bass Lake Provincial Park in Orillia is all set to go for the season. There was some heavy cleaning to do from winter's wild weather, but the park superintendent, Scott Thomas, says things are looking pretty good, and he's expecting big numbers this year.
We get visitors from all over. Most are Ontarian, but we get visitors from out of province and in the United States and international as well.
Ernie Cook says his summer schedule is full with a focus on camping.
We got our season's pass to go all to the parks, and then we go camping to most of them.
So the opening weekend for camping here in the province now officially underway. I'm told there are still plenty of campsites available at all of the campsites across the province for the summer. Next weekend, the May long weekend, expected to be one of the busiest weekends of the season. Rob Cooper, CTV News at Bass Lake Provincial Park in Orillia.
Significant snowpack from the winter and the heavy spring rain have delayed the opening of the Trent-Severn Waterway, several locks in our region. In fact, Parks Canada says all locks will open 1 week from today, except for locks 42 to 45. That includes Couchiching, Big Chute Marine Railway, and Port Severn. Officials say water levels need to drop to make sure that boating conditions are safe. All lock stations will still be open if you want to visit, but you'll have to arrive by land. Now, to somebody who absolutely loves being by the water, have you dipped a toe yet this year, Casey? I'm going up to the cottage in the valley for the long weekend, and that's always the tradition, the plunge.
Do it. Do it. And think of me when you're doing it.
as you plunge in. I've not yet done that this year, but yeah, I can't wait for the Trent-Severn to open up, obviously, and so will everyone that enjoys boating. It is a lot of fun. And first look at the forecast. Well, let's get into it because it's a gorgeous weekend, isn't it? Gorgeous start to the weekend. Friday, certainly. Sunshine. 13 degrees. And first look at the forecast brought to you by the GravelDrivewayGuy.com, your local gravel driveway expert. 13, he says. Yes, 13, which isn't bad, really, when you consider the sun's out. It's nice warm sun. Winds are out of the west, about 15K. There's nothing really to speak of for this evening. 14 degrees is what we're looking at in Owen Sound right now. 13 in Alliston. I'll tell you right now, it's 13 in Kitchener. And 14 in the Sunshine City of Orillia. A quick look at the radar satellite images and the cloud cover and the rain and the flurry potential. Maybe you did get a flurry or two early this morning, is moving on. And coming up in just a few minutes' time, we'll let you know what the rest of the weekend, and it's a big weekend, just ask Mom, what the rest of the weekend looks like. All that coming up in a few minutes' time. Sarah.
Thanks, Case. Police are investigating a shooting in the northeast end of Barrie. That happened early this morning around 5:30 on Hickling Trail. Police say multiple shots were fired at the home and several bullet holes were found in the vehicle that was parked in the driveway. Multiple rounds were found in the area, but luckily no one was injured. Police believe this is targeted, but they are asking anyone with information or video footage to contact them. Meanwhile, Barrie police were called to a break and enter at a home on Cassandra Drive in the north end. That was also this morning. Police say a man forced his way into a home. Well, the people that lived there were inside. He fled right away through a back door. No injuries were reported. A canine tracking dog was used in the search, but couldn't find the person. Barrie police, however, now have a man wanted in connection with a stabbing from April. Officials say Toronto police arrested 28-year-old Adam Majszak of Barrie in an unrelated matter and then turned him over to Barrie police on Thursday. The stabbing happened on April 11th, just after midnight, around Ann Street North and Donald Street. Police say they were called to the area for reports that a man had been stabbed. Majszak now faces charges for aggravated assault, possession of a weapon for a dangerous purpose, and assault with a weapon. You are playing a dangerous game. Those were the words from the Justice of Peace today as a drug dealer was led away, destined for more time behind bars. CTV's Mike Arcelides brings us the details of the case.
Alliston drug dealer Daryl Burdan will be spending the next 6 months in jail after pleading guilty to possession of cocaine for the purpose of trafficking. Burdan, who was arrested several times between 2024 and 2025, had been out on bail up until a few weeks ago, when he was arrested for failing to show up to court on several occasions. The court heard Burdan accepted responsibility for a November 2024 traffic stop in Alliston when the vehicle Burdan was in had obscure license plates while driving through town at 10 p.m. Police said the Mitsubishi was searched and the officer found about $4,000 in cash, along with 71.8 grams of cocaine and more than 20 grams of methamphetamine. While the Crown and defense proposed a joint position for sentencing, Justice Angela McLeod was not impressed, telling Burdan he clearly hadn't turned his life around since vowing to do so 5 years ago, when the judge previously sentenced him for similar charges. Both Burdan and his younger brother Cody faced gun charges last year that were dropped by the prosecution. Cody Burdan was released from jail after 7 months in custody for breaching bail conditions and violating a probation order. Daryl Burdan, who also goes by the name Kenny, told the court of his addiction issues. After reluctantly accepting the joint submission for a 6-month jail sentence, Justice McLeod warned the drug dealer his life is in jeopardy and the careers of drug dealers are often short-lived, telling Burdan to note, "You don't often see 50 and 60-year-old drug dealers." Before being led away in handcuffs, Justice McLeod wished the 41-year-old good luck, telling him, "You're playing a dangerous game." Upon his release from custody, Burdan will be banned from having weapons on him for life. Mike Arcelides, CTV News, Barrie.
And now to a terrible story. Police in Brockville say a 17-year-old boy has been arrested in connection with the murder of a mother and her 2 daughters.
Police have confirmed that this is not a random incident. The youth accused was in a relationship with one of the deceased daughters, indicating that this is an incident involving intimate partner violence.
Investigators say they were called to an address where the 3 people were found dead and that they believe a knife was used. The mother was 49 years old. Her daughters were 17 and 15. The accused was taken into custody for 3 counts of first-degree murder and assaulting a police officer during that arrest. 2 Ontarians are in isolation after returning from the Dutch cruise ship dealing with an outbreak of the Hanta virus. CTV's Queen's Park Bureau Chief Siobhan Morris has those details.
Somewhere in the southwestern Ontario counties of Grey and Bruce, 2 people are hunkered down at home, isolating after an unforgettable cruise.
They're not cases, they're contacts from the ship. And I just want to assure everybody they have no symptoms at present.
Ontario's top doctor says 2 people from the same household are being monitored for 45 days. They arrived back in Ontario 2 weeks ago, getting daily calls from their local public health unit.
We'd ask them if they are developing any fever, malaise, muscle aches, joint aches, respiratory symptoms.
These passengers were on dry land before the hantavirus outbreak was flagged. Even if they were exposed to someone with the virus,
it doesn't necessarily mean that you will, at 100% likelihood, get the infection. It all depends on the nature of the exposure, how susceptible you are to picking it up.
Dr. Moore understands the anxiety a lot of people are feeling with a global pandemic in our recent memory.
It's low risk for Ontarians, but we're prepared, we're monitoring this.
And unlike COVID-19, we're not dealing with a mystery virus, but one that's been well studied for 3 decades. There's expertise to draw on from nations used to dealing with hantavirus.
We know that it has very limited spread between humans. Argentina has shared with us their protocols, their policies, their recommendations.
Ontario's also taking Argentina's advice on how to care for the people in isolation if they do get sick. It involves limiting their contacts in the healthcare system to make sure infection doesn't spread. Siobhan Morris, CTV News, Toronto.
Now, if you are looking to create a custom shirt, hat, or maybe a towel, the Barrie Library's downtown branch, that's the place to go.
So I'm just going to load our material onto the embroidery machine.
How fun is that, CTV? The new embroidery machine, that's the first look at it. It was purchased from the proceeds from volunteer-led book sales in 2025. It's part of the library's Creative Spaces program. The machine is open to anyone with a library card, and organizers say it's open to curious beginners or all the way to experienced makers.
We're just so grateful for the community for raising the funds for the embroidery machine, which was done through the book sale last year. And so it's just really cool to see the community ask for something and then make it happen.
The embroidery machine, or Maker May, as officials are lovingly calling it, it's available for anyone with a library card, but you do need to make an appointment through the library's website. Still to come here on CTV, inspiring the next generation to embrace the arts. Libraries from right across the region have the children's creations on display, but only for a limited time. Plus, it's a quilt show that gives back, how the showcase featuring a wide range of quilting techniques, skill levels, and artistic styles support a local hospice. Details on the other side of the break. Presented by Paul Sadlin Motors.
Music, it's a small community, so when something's really good, we all want to be part of it.
We have an amazing music scene here. Having people come together in community, listen to some amazing local artists, brings the downtown alive. It brings our city alive.
Troubadour Festival 2026 is going to be off the hook. Road Hammers, got the Watchmen, Bahamas, it's going to be great.
Thanks for staying with us. Regardless of the weather, it's going to be a bright Saturday in Severn as the Sunshine Quilt Show returns to town.
My finished back. Okay. My batting is in there. I start with maybe a 5 or 6 sided center.
The vibrant community event showcases quilts, wall hangings, and seasons pillows created for what they call the President's Challenge. And 5 vendors will be on site with a variety of offerings. The Aurelia Quilters Guild has donated 3 raffle prizes, including a queen to king size quilt with blocks individually crafted by members, and the proceeds support a local hospice.
Mariposa House Hospice deals with so many of our people here. A lot of our members are unfortunately aging and either have family members or ultimately themselves who will have taken advantage of that opportunity. We want to make sure that funding is there so that they can do the good work that they do and not have to think about fundraising.
Yes, fill out those ballots, ladies. Very good. Now, if you are more of a hands-on stitcher, there will be fabric, sewing machines, and a sharpening service for scissors, blades, and knives on site. The Sunshine Quilt Show opened today and runs through Saturday until 4 p.m. at Otis Park in Severn. Inspire and educate children and the arts through creativity and display. That is the mission statement of Magic of Children and the Arts, and it's showtime.
Kids' work is always surprising, and it's a good reminder to have fun with your art.
Collingwood Library, along with Owen Sound, Thornbury, Meaford, and Wasaga Beach, are displaying hundreds of kids' creations from now until June 10th. The pieces are inspired by famous artists' work and have been juried. The Magic of Children and the Arts is an organization that understands the value of what art can be.
We believe that every child is an artist, and that the arts, exploring the arts, creating, gives kids lots of things that we don't even know about and things that they need to be successful.
Art education really matters. We have a great connection with our community that just keeps growing, and I think this art show is a huge symbol of that.
The exhibit runs from May 1st to June 10th. Opening the doors for the future generation. Yes, our region's newest elementary school is officially open.
You helped transform a brand new building into a place built.
Now, students started at Horseshoe Heights in the fall, but last night they showed off what they've been working on with an arts night. The school brings together students and staff from surrounding schools as well as new kids as the region's population continues to grow.
We are all thrilled to be here. We work together as a team, and it's quite a large school. It's a fresh start. It's a wonderful community. The community is vibrant and growing.
It's really cool being the first graduates of this school, especially because I'm in grade 8. You know, I'm the first graduates, so it's really cool to be in a brand new school because most schools are very old and it's really new.
Horseshoe Heights Public School welcomes students from junior kindergarten to grade 8. If you would like to revisit our newscast tonight, either at 6 or 11, or perhaps you're looking to stay on top of news as it happens on Saturday and Sunday, well, we are always updating our website. There it is, ctvnews.ca/Barrie, or use your cell phone to scan that QR code on the screen. Sometimes all it takes is one ticket and 15 years of patience. How a Wasaga Beach man won $350,000 on a single scratch. First, though, let's head outside. A man with lots of luck. KC's in Bob's Garden.
I wish I had some scratch. Hot spot in Canada today, Barnwell, Alberta, 24.4 degrees. We've had an unseasonably cool and cloudy spring, but things are going to change. I'll explain. Our weather watcher artiste, have a look. Madison says, oh, I love the birds, the bees, and the bugs spring brings. Easier said than done. You're watching CTV News Barrie.
Hey, we're Martin and Steph
from Bounce 104.1.
And next week on the show, we are giving away $50 gas cards for Ride for Dad.
And don't forget about the Bounce boarding call, your chance to win a $4,000 travel voucher and $1,000 cash.
So tune in Monday to Friday, 5:30 to 10 for your chance to win.
Picture this, brought to you by Bounce 104.1 and Pure Country 106.
Oh, what a perfect pick as photo of the week. That last one there sent in by Laurel Atwater, but just fabulous photos. Thank you, everyone. But of course, next week, we're honoring mothers, mother figures. Capture those photos or dig them up, send them to us. Picture this at ctv.ca. Casey. Mother's Day on Sunday. Little too tight of a turnaround for me to head home to the Valley. So instead, I will be hosting the Mother's Day brunch to support the Furry Felines Shelter. So
very good, very good.
Breakfast and cats, my second favorite thing.
Yeah, so you taking your cat with you?
No, he does not play well with others. What are you going to be doing?
Yeah, I'm going to see Ma in Toronto.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm going to drive down, see Ma and my sisters, and should be lovely, lovely, lovely. I can't wait. Quick look at the forecast. Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, she's going to welcome me. Hopefully. Hopefully you're welcome to. Visit Mom, say hi, phone her, do something. It's Mom. Let's talk about what Mother Nature has in store for us and dive into the forecast. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Diving into the forecast, starting with the temperature outside your door as we speak. How about 14 degrees, holding steady, 14 degrees in Orillia, 14 in Owen Sound, 12 in Toronto, 10 in Newmarket, 13 in Alliston, 11 in Parry Sound, and 12 degrees in Gravenhurst. This is the Almanac, 13 and 1, the high and low. Yeah, unseasonably cool spring so far. Really, normally about 18 and 5 for the high and low. A long way from 31.5 back in 2015 for record heat, and 1956 minus 5.6. Well, we've been cool, but not quite that cool. Not quite. But there is the long range forecast. We'll get to that in a moment. Sunrise, sunset, grand total of about, a lot of time. It rises in 5:58 and sets at 8:32. This is the forecast radar. An increase in cloud cover this evening? Yes, there is an increase in cloud cover this evening, although the birds are singing right now, and it's a beautiful South Georgian Bay sunset. Let's get into the forecast, and this is southern tip of Georgian Bay, Lake Simcoe. Overnight temperatures settling in. They are settling 2 and 4 degrees. Yeah, there's a few clouds this evening, but as mentioned, gorgeous sunset. And tomorrow, well, 14 still below seasonal averages. But nevertheless, cloudy skies, but a peak of sunshine, well, maybe a tiny bit, but not much. There's a 60% chance of showers and or a thunderstorm for tomorrow. To Orangeville, Bradford, Georgina, Newmarket, Richmond Hill, make that 2 degrees. 12 degrees? I don't think so. 2 degrees, a few clouds this evening. 15 and 16 for highs tomorrow. Call it Saturday, we all do. Mainly cloudy skies and 60% chance of showers and possibly even a rolling thunderstorm. To Parry Sound, Huntsville, Bracebridge, Gravenhurst, Halliburton, 0, 1, and 2 degrees overnight. Partly cloudy skies. There is a slight chance of a little shower this evening, ever so slight, but we will mention it. Certainly a better chance, with increasing cloud cover overnight, of a shower and or a thunderstorm for tomorrow. Is the weekend lost as far as weather goes and the lack of sunshine? Well, no. We've got that answer coming up for you in the Diamond and Diamond Lawyers 5-day extended forecast, and here we go. This is Simcoe County 5-day extended forecast. Mother's Day, there we go, Sunday, 12 degrees, sun and cloud mix. Nice. And 10 on Monday, fair skies. 12 again on Tuesday, fair skies. And 15 degrees, still below average, but at least we're getting a little bit of sunshine, right? A bit of a sun run? It looks that way. 5-day extended forecast, York Region, have a look. Sunny for Mother's Day on with some cloud. On Sunday, 13. 13 again on the Monday, returning to work and school. And 13 on Tuesday, fair skies again on the Wednesday. 15 degrees for the high. Muskoka, Parry Sound, Halliburton, it looks like Sunday at this point, cloudy skies and a 30% chance of a passing shower. Looks like 11 and 12 on Monday and Tuesday. Slight chance of a shower and or a flurry. Yeah, that would be the -1 overnight on Monday. And then Tuesday, highs of 12, and Wednesday 15 and fair skies. So still unseasonably cool, but the cloudy part, well, we're getting a little bit of sunshine to help things out, and we need all the help we can get, Sarah. Back inside.
That rain threatening my golf game tomorrow morning. Let's head to Wasaga Beach because a resident there has 350,000 reasons to smile heading into the weekend. Robert won the top prize playing Instant Crossword Extreme. The 75-year-old retiree says he's been playing the lotto for about 15 years. He says he was in a state of disbelief when he realized his big winnings. In fact, he thought it was $3,500, not $350,000. He said he's not going to splurge, rather saying he plans to invest for the future. Congratulations. As Paul McCartney prepares to release his next album, he's sharing another track, his first ever duet with a fellow Beatle. That, of course, is Ringo Starr.
And it was all I knew, 'cause it was home to us.
The song is called Home to Us, and the lyrics reflect on some of the rougher elements of the two singers' childhoods in Liverpool, as well as their continued love for their hometown. It appears on McCartney's upcoming album, The Boys of Dungeon Lane, named after a place close to where he grew up. It comes out on May 29th. Next on CTV Barrie, how to tell if our youth are getting the support they need. Yes, we'll cover from signs to look for to wellness hubs found in our region and what's offered. We'll be joined by the Center for Addiction and Mental Health. Please do stay with us. Recapping our top stories, the Barrie Colts hope to turn things around tonight in Kitchener in Game 2 of the OHL Championships. Colts lost Game 1 on Wednesday 5-2. That right there was Joe Silandra. He was injured. We now know he's out with a broken fibula. Tonight's game will be played on TSN 5. You can watch starting at 7 p.m. And another step in the plan to connect every Ontarian to a primary care provider by the end of 2029. The province spending millions locally, split between two organizations, $4.7 million for the Barrie Community Health Centre and nearly $2 million for the Barrie and Community Family Health Chain. And today is opening day for most provincial parks, and last year about 7.6 million camping visits were registered. Earl Rowe Provincial Park has half of its campsites open for the weekend. The rest will open in June. The provincial park is one of several in the province that will now allow open alcohol use. A $30 million announcement from the federal government, a pretty positive way to wrap up Children's Mental Health Week. And the funds are said to be supporting 21 projects through the Youth Mental Health Fund. Joining us now from the Center for Addiction and Mental Health is Executive Director of Youth Wellness Hubs here in Ontario, Carol Ann Chasson. It's great to see you.
Nice to see you too, Sarah.
Let's talk about the programs. What types are in place for these kids?
Sounds great. So Youth Wellness Hubs is what I'll be speaking to. We have 32 hubs across communities within Ontario that can provide mental health and substance use supports for any youth who are 12 to 25-year-olds, and it's free. It's completely free.
How are youth doing? I mean, you've obviously been working with them very closely. How are they doing across the board?
Yeah, so youth today are struggling with things that no youth have had to really struggle with before. We've come out of a pandemic. We have social media pressures, etc. So while youth are really resilient, we are seeing more youth come and seek help for mental health and substance use. And sometimes they're just seeking connection. So within each of the hubs, we run programs that are asked for by the youth, such as yoga, coffee and conversation. It could be gaming night, to really build that connection and community feeling. So when they feel ready to access other services, like talking to somebody about how they may be feeling, they have those relationships and can feel comfortable doing so.
What are some of the signs, whether it's, parents looking at their children or friends, for that slightly older demographic, friends and family surrounding them? What are some of the signs that maybe a program like this might be beneficial for someone?
That's a great question, Sarah. And I would say that the program is for anyone, whether they're experiencing mental health issues or not. However, things you might want to look out for are if your young person is withdrawing, if they are refusing to go to school, or they have a big amount of anxiety around doing something that they normally would not think about twice, and maybe they're just not connecting with their friends as they would before. Any of those changes in behaviors could be a great sign to bring your youth or encourage them to pop by one of our youth wellness hubs.
Okay, finally, we've got two hubs in our region, one in North Simcoe and one in Vaughan. How do families or people access these resources?
Yeah, so every hub has a walking component. The best thing to do is to go on youthhubs.ca and you can see where the closest hub is for you. No referral is required there, so you can call in, you can walk in, and somebody will meet you there, help you feel comfortable, and tell you all about the services that each of the hubs has available to them.
Perfect. Thank you very much for speaking to us today, Carol Ann, and thank you for the work that you do.
Thank you so much, Sarah. Have a great day.
Yeah, you too. We will remind our viewers that you can revisit this conversation on our website. There it is, ctvnews.ca/Barrie. Turning to business news now, Canada's unemployment rate rose to 6.9% in April. That's a 6-month high. Statistics Canada data shows the Canadian economy lost a net 17,700 jobs in March as the labor market showed continuing weakness in the face of U.S. tariffs and trade uncertainty. The unemployment rate increased by 0.2 percentage points as more people searched for work. The unemployment rate increased the most among youth aged 15 to 24 and among men aged 25 to 54. Now a new Nanos poll is outlining the impact inflation is having on young Canadians. Research from Nanos found 2/3 of young people say they are canceling major purchases and having a hard time affording necessities. Of the people surveyed, older Canadians were nearly twice as likely to report that inflation has not been a major problem for them. Overall, 14% of Canadians say they have had to cancel a major purchase because of inflation. That's up from 8% last year. Moving into our markets now, the TSX was up 221 points, the Dow was up 12, and the Nasdaq was up 44. In commodities, oil was up, closing at $95.42 a barrel. Gold was up, finishing at $4,730 an ounce. And our dollar down, ending the day at 73.07 cents US. It is almost time. Ahead of the first game of the inaugural WNBA season, the Toronto Tempo flag is flying high above Toronto's City Hall.
A historic moment for our city and for sports in Canada. Toronto's own WNBA team, Canada's team, takes to the court tonight.
That's Toronto Mayor Olivia Chow. She was there today with the Tempo president to hoist the team's flag. The Tempo faced the Washington Mystic. That's at the Coca-Cola Coliseum tonight and their first regular season game. Go Gals! 2 Toronto Maple Leaf players will play for Canada at the World Hockey Championships. We now know that centre John Tavares will be part of the team that opens the tournament against Sweden on May 15th in Zurich. He'll be joined by defenseman Morgan Riley. The roster that was announced today also includes Macklin Celebrini from San Jose, Evan Bouchard of the Edmonton Oilers, and Winnipeg Jets forward Mike Scheifele.
Lined into the gap in right center field, and that's going to get all the way to the wall.
Sorry, Mark. The Toronto Blue Jays are back home tonight looking to snap a 4-game losing skid. Toronto was swept by the Rays in Tampa earlier this week. The Los Angeles Angels are here in town tonight facing Jays starter Dylan Cease. The Jays are 9.5 games behind the Yankees for first place in the American League East. We've still got more to come, including continuing to prepare for the World Cup. We speak to a Canadian goalkeeper who is making a push to claim the starting job. You're watching CTV News Barrie. Time now to take a look at your Friday night primetime lineup, and this is record-setting. The WNBA pregame starts at 7 o'clock, followed by women's basketball, Washington versus Toronto at 7:30, The Big Bang Theory at 9:30, E-Talk at 10, Corner Gas at 10:30, and CTV News Barrie at 11. Busy night ahead. Now, before we get to the good stuff, some not so good news for Canada ahead of the World Cup. Team captain Alphonso Davies is now injured.
Davies into Kane. Well, he scored.
Now, despite that tidy little assist, Davies' team would lose that Champions League semi-final, and then the Canadian superstar, we found out, picked up a hamstring injury. He's expected to be out 4 to 5 weeks, putting his World Cup availability in question. Canada's first tournament game is June 12th. This is Davies' third injury since December, when he returned from a 260-day layoff following knee surgery. Now, the Canadian men's national team addressed the injury, posting that they're, of course, behind their captain. The team is in touch with the medical staff in Bern and will support his recovery to give him the best pathway back to fitness ahead of the World Cup. Now, sticking with Team Canada, we still don't know who will start in goal for Canada. Quebec's Maxime Crepeau missed out on the last tournament in Qatar, but is now making a run for that #1 spot. CTV's chief anchor and senior editor Omar Sachedina caught up with him.
Quebec's Maxime Crepeau is now just weeks away from finding out if he'll have the coveted chance of starting in net for Canada on home soil at the World Cup.
It's rare not to know if you're going to be starting in goalie or not, right? Psychologically, what is that doing to you?
Yeah, I mean, it keeps you on the toes, that's for sure. But it gives us the power of pushing ourselves every single day.
That push has paid off on the pitch, with big saves on shots by soccer legends like Lionel Messi.
Lionel Messi is in on goal for Argentina, denied by Crepeau.
And these penalty saves at the 2024 Copa America, where Canada beat Venezuela in the quarterfinal. But he has yet to compete in a World Cup.
Representing a country, there's no greater opportunity and honor. Obviously, when you put the jersey on and you work for 10, 15 years of your career to that moment, there's nothing that comes close to it.
Not even winning the MLS Cup with LAFC. Crepeau broke his leg on this tackle in the final in 2022, knocking him out of contention for the World Cup in Qatar.
It taught me a lot about my character and what I can accomplish. Failure can be there, disappointment can be there, injuries, yes, but it's how you respond to things.
He says his wife, Christina, has been with him every step of the way.
Now this World Cup is around the corner, and it's something very special because since day one, she's been with me and we've lived through the highs and lows of a professional career.
A career he knows has changed his life and given him a chance to change others through his work at the CF Montreal Charity Foundation, which funds projects and activities for Quebec families and children from vulnerable backgrounds.
How does that feel? You know, you go back and these little kids are looking up to you as you once looked to the greats yourself.
It's important for me we have a responsibility that goes beyond the field, that goes beyond playing games and winning games. And for me, that is very important.
An inspiring message for generations that follow him.
Behind the back line, look out, Crepeau!
Omar Sachedina, CTV News, Toronto.
Exciting, KC, but right now we need to focus on Mother's Day. You asked me what I did for my mom since I won't be going home. I get a local flower shop to send some flowers. She likes yellow. And then I wished her a happy World Migratory Bird Day because, you know, she's a songbird ecologist. And that day,
yes, of course. I forgot.
Today.
Yes. Yeah, that's right. Well, very good.
So what are you going to do?
Well, my mom's watching. I can't let her know now. But it's going to be big. It's going to be really big.
Like literally, or the gesture?
The gesture, yes. You know, I'm cheap.
Okay.
Just like the birds, right? Cheep, cheep, cheap. Yes, that's about as close as we're going to get. But let's talk about the Get Up and Go forecast. And here we go, first thing tomorrow morning. I know for those of you hoping to get a little golf game, better go early. First thing in the morning, it looks like increase in cloud cover 6 degrees in Barrie, 5 degrees in Newmarket, increase in cloud cover. There could be a shower at that point too, and at this point, at that point at 7 o'clock in the morning, Gravenhurst is your best bet. Go north for sunshine early in the day because the showers are on the way. Sarah, go Colts.
Go Colts. That was definitely a dig at me. Casey knows I have a tea time tomorrow. I'm Sarah Freemark. Thanks so much for spending this week with us. Jack will wrap things up tonight at 11. Have a fabulous weekend.